Good evening. Students who are in the online, am I audible? Okay. So now let's start the discussion. I hope in the previous class, we already completed number of approaches to open the file. How many approaches are there to open the file? 2 approaches are available. So files here. Number of approaches to open the file is 2 things. One is by using OpenOff. One more by using with OpenAS. What is the special advantage of with OpenAS? By using R1OFF. So okay, now, so auto closability will be available here. So auto closability of the file. So here, if we carefully follow, auto closability will be done. And here, manual closing is required. Okay, that we have seen some, I said come in. So next, I'll go to the further today. The another concept I will go. What is the next one? We know how to open the file. Today we are learning something new. That is how to write the data. Writing the data to the file. So writing the data to the file. Data to the file. Writing the data to the file. So at the same time, next I will discuss immediately. Reading the data from the file. Reading the data. The data from the file. I'll go for this. This is what we are going to discuss. So once we open the file, either in read mode or write mode or whatever it is, who is pointing to this file? File pointer is pointing. So with the file pointer, I would like to write the data to the file. So to write the data to the file, we are having 2 functions are available. What are those 2 functions? Number 1 is called write off. Number 2 is called what you know? Write lines off. There are 2 functions are available. So let me write here. So to write the data to the file, we have 2 predefined functions. Present in file pointer. So file pointer object. File pointer object is of type. Already said file pointer object is of type text.io wrapper. They are. Now I'm going to write what are those 2 functions. One is called write off. One more is called what? Write lines off. So we need to understand first what is the write function and what is the write lines function here. So let us start the first function now. So let me start here, first function. So there I'm going to explain, right? At the same time, write lines. Easy. Don't take only 1 or 2 minutes. Second one is write lines. Here I'm going to write it. So let me move to the further. Write and write lines. How to write the data? Syntax. Syntax is very, very easy. File pointer dot what? Write off. Now I need to go for write off. I will write it. We need to take the data. Over there. How to write the data to the file? str data, you need to write it. str data. I need to write what? str data. So how to write it? Here I am writing. This function is used for writing any type of data in the form, any type of data to the file to the file in the form of which type? str type. If we have any non-str type data, then we must convert it into which type? str type. By using which function? By using str_of. Already you know in typecasting, right? str_of. And we'll write the data to this. This is one thing. Another flavor is that you can write like this also. What is this now? Write lines of what is this now? Any iterable object data. Of course, first one we can use, and second one also I want to say. What is this iterable object? Writing any type of which data? Iterable object data, such as list, tuple, what next, list, of course written, and next is called what? Pros and set, dict, etc. Data to the file in the form of what type again? str type itself, in the form of str type. Same, if we have any non-str type data, then we must convert into which type? str type. Let me show you some examples here. This is by using write and then what? Write lines. Let me go to the example here. Shall I start example? So let us start understanding about write and write lines. I will start. So let us move to the further. So let us go to this place. I'll open PyCharm. Last class already some examples are there. So go for that. There I will start. This is our last class examples we did. So here I'm going to take up. Observe this now, students. Now I'm going to take up today concept is file write example 1. File write example1.py. File write example1.py. Careful, students. Let us start understanding. Program for demonstrating how to write the data, to the file. So first example, I am going to write it. SNO is equal to some 100. S name is equal to something like a Rosam. And next I'm going to write it marks is equal to something like 34.56. This is my data. What these SNO S name marks are called? Object data. This is SNO S name marks are called what? Objects. They are present in where? Main memory. Whose objects are temporary or permanent? Temporary. Now I want to write this data to the file. How to write the data to the file? To write the data to the file, I already said operations on the file. Choose the file name. See the write operation functionality. The purpose of write operation is that to transfer or save the object data of main memory as a record in the file of secondary memory. There are some steps. Choose the file name. Open that file name in which mode? Write mode. How to do it? Now I am going to write it here. Choose file name. Already I said the steps, and open in which mode, students? Write mode. Open in write mode. So coming to the point of it. Sharif, sir, if you don't mind, can you change Rosam name as Virat? Why, my dear student? Any sentiment, Sharif? Why, Sharif? May I know the reason, my dear student? So, may I know the reason? So, I will write Sharif here. So, Sharif, may I know what is the reason? So, just casual, okay. So, because Rosam is our father of Python, we have to respect every time we have to say. So, when we go for Virat, Virat will, if you say Virat, what will happen? Who is that? Cricketer. Will you play cricket? So I don't want. I want to write Rosam. Why? We need to learn Python. Correct or not? Yes. So today I wrote Sharif. Sharif is our student. Now, Sharif and I'll write it. Okay, Sharif? No issue now? So come to the point. If I'm explaining cricket coaching, that time I will write that example. Correct? Fine. So now I'm going to write, choose the file name and open it into which mode? Write mode. How do I open it? With open. What is this now? Data, I will write it. What is that now? Students dot what? Data. Students dot data, comma, as what? W. As what here? FP. FP. What is this W mode? You already know what is the W mode yesterday. Again and again, I don't want to say FP dot write of what I should write it? SNO. SNO. SNO is which type? Int type. But SNO is int type. According to my explanation, it is always writing what? STR data. If we have any non-STR type, then we must convert into which type? STR type. Otherwise, it will give you what? Error. Error. Shall we say the error? Yes. But it will come happily this line. It will come to 7th line, student.data, that is created. In this place, you will get student.data. And this file name was not there now. It is created happily. And immediately we will get this error. See, error you see. Error you see, my dear student. What is happening now? Type error. Right argument must be what? But not. So wrong argument passing, you will get what? Type error. See, student.data created or not? Which is not containing any data. Empty. Empty. See this now. Empty. No data present in that. Let us go for what should I do? STR of what? SNO. SNO. Are you able to follow? Next. FP dot what? Write of what? Yes name. No problem. No problem. That is written. It is by default what? String only. Next, FP dot what? Write off. FP dot write off. Marks. Marks error will come. Error. Because marks is of which type? Load type. I must convert into which type, students? STR of marks, I will say. STR of marks, I will take. Now you try to say this data is written to this file. How this structure, students? This is the file created, which is pointed by FP. It is just like a pen of yours. Using this pen, pen dot write of SNO, number is written. Name is written next line, adjacent. It is written adjacent to the number only. Next, marks also will be written adjacent to the number without giving any space. Without giving any space. Able to follow? Let us. I will write one simple sentence. Print of, what is that? Student data return to the file. Return to the file. I'm writing. Return to the file. Try to run this, students. Execute. Student data return to the file. Check it out, students. Student.data. It is by default which file? Which file? Student file. Text file. By default, I did not use any letter T or anything. By default, which file it is? Text file. You must remember. Okay. Text file means I can read the data of the file, which is containing alphabets, digits, special symbols. Click on that. Is it containing the data or not? Containing the data. No space is given in that. Are you able to follow? Close this file. Double click on that file. Choose that file and then double click. It is shown. Now, students, I am writing here. In place of that, now I am writing here Rosam. Now I am saying something like, 56 point. Now I'll write to 200 here. Come on, start. Now I'm writing. Once again, I'm executing. What will happen now? what will happen? This value is going to write once again to the file. Which file it is? Which file it is? Existing file. Existing file. Which operation? W operation. Because of that, what will happen? Overlaps. It will overlaps. Come on, run this code. Once again, see this now. Student data written to the file. Got it. Go to this file, students, and see that Sharif data is replaced with Rosam data. Did you understand? Now, students, my intention is, online students, my intention is I want to write this data with what? Some spaces. That too, I want to write in the spaces I want to write it. Are you getting? How do you write that? Now I am saying that 100, 100. Now I am writing here Travis, Travis. Now I am writing double quotes, and this is my value here. Now see student.data. After writing this part, you say plus backslash T I am writing. Backslash T means what? Some tab spaces. Do you know that? Easy. Next is what? After writing the number, some tab space is written, name is written. After writing name, what I will do? Backslash T, I will write it. Backslash T is written. str of marks plus what I am doing now? Backslash T, once again I am writing. But instead of backslash T, I will write backslash N. Why? After writing the number with some space, with a name, some space, I have to bring the cursor to a new line. For which purpose? To write the new record. Did you understand? Again, after writing three things, I will bring to the next line. This is comes under what? FP dot write backslash T, backslash T, backslash N. Did you understand, students? Online students, can you reply? Did you understand this example? Now, earlier, what was my data? Rosam was my data. Now I want to replace it. Now I want to run my example. Run this example. Now the Rosam data is going to be replaced with which data? Travis. Let us check it out with the modifications. Is 100 space Travis 34.56. Where is my cursor is waiting? Next line. Due to what? Backslash N. Able to follow me? Right. Now I want to go for one more data. I want to write it. 200 I want to write it. Now Rosam I want to take it. Rosam I want to take it. Now I am going to take it here. Something like 44.56. Again you write it. Run this code. What is happening? Data written to the file. How it is written the data to the file? You check it out. What is happening? Is it replaced or not? But now my requirement is what? Want to append. Did you understand the meaning of this append? Overlapping. Let us take what today? A. I changed it to A. Come on now. 300. I'm going to take it here, J Hunter, John Hunter. And this is called something like, 64.56. And write the data. Run this now. What was my mode, ma? A. Is it overlapping the previous data? No. It is going to just what? Appending the new data. See that John Hunter. Is it appended or not? Yes. Let us, everything more practical. Let us go to one more time. Travis. Travis is my next. It is called 400 and it is called something 24 dot. Try to run it once again. Again, the data is going to come. Data written. It is going to contain something like this. Did you understand now? So this is comes under the mechanism of what? Writing the data. Once again, I am saying, students, suppose I am eliminating this str of this. Str of this. What was the error came? That indicates when the write operation is writing, it is checking what? Value by value checking or not? So how these values are written? Is it returning all at once or value by value now? Value by value. So write function and write lines function writes the data value by value, even though we pass group of values through the write operation. And there are so many write operations, I will tell you. because I am going to tell you CSV file from normal files to what? CSV file up to that level I am going to explain. So level by level, you need to catch me. Are you able to follow, students? So I'm supposed to write what here? str of SNO. Okay, it is written. Next, what function I used it? Write off, I used it. Write off. Today, next I want to use write lines. Online students, did you understand this example, students? Did you understand this example? Suppose you want a dynamic value to write it. For example, what you will do? Let me go to that place. I'll take this now. Take this part. File write example 2.py. Carefully follow. I will copy this process. Now I will take up. Here I am writing 2.py. There I am writing. How do I write it? Int of input of enter. What is this now? Student number. Enter student number. Next is called what? Input of. Input of what next? Enter student name. Enter student name. Next I will go for what? Float of what? Input of enter. Come on. Enter student marks. Enter student marks. This is my data. Here I am going to write it. Let us run this. Same file name. Run this. Now I am going to take. Enter the number. I am saying 100. I am writing like this. Sharif. I am writing. Now I am going to say some 66.66 data written to the file. Check it out whether it is written or not. Student.data written or not? Written. You write it once again, students. Run this now. I will take up here now. It is called some 500 I am saying. I will say some caveat and I am saying something like this I am writing. Data written to the file. Data written to the file. Student.data. It is written to the file. How these values are written? Value by value is written. Able to understand, students? Well, so if somebody asks you tomorrow how to read the data from the keyboard, how to write the data to the file, simplest example, first level example. There are a lot of levels I said in my index also. You have seen it already. All the levels I will explain. Go to the next point. I'm going to tell you one more example here. Let us understand. File write example 3.py. Also doing what? Demonstrating how to write the iterable object data. Demonstrating how to write iterable object data. So program for demonstrating how to write iterable object data. Iterable object data to the file 3.py. Take the data. Some x is equal to, take something like 100 comma rs comma python comma something like Netherlands I am writing. This is my list data. I want to write this entire iterable object to the file. How do you write it? Same. With the open, I am going to write it something like, so SCI dot data, scientist dot data, comma, what I am using? W I am using. Directly I will use A. Already you understood now? Yes. Now tell me, FP dot what? Write lines of what? X. What is X? X is containing so many values. Is it an iterable object or not? Here, X is an iterable object of which type? List type. Now I am trying to write lines function also will check the independent values. All at once it cannot write. Suppose I am writing, it will give you compulsory error. Why error? X contains first value what? Int type. Definitely error. File is created. SCI. File is created in this area. In this area, file is created. But it won't write the data because 100 is what type? So that indicates internally checking value by value. Try to run this. Error is going to come. Please see the students. In this case, write type argument must be what? str should not be int. So irrespective of what type of value you have, I have to keep it in where? I have to keep it in where? For example, I have to write within the double quotes. Suppose I am having here, for example, something like 34.56. Again, I have to write within where? Double quotes. Is it not my time waste? Instead of that, what we recommend is, try to take what? I will write here what 34.56, I'll take it. Irrespective of whatever the type you have, I will convert into what type? Simply I will write what? str of x. Total values convert into which type? str. That is the better. If I have 20 to 30 values, some of them are integer, floats, bools, and then complex. For everything I would write double quotes is a waste of time. That's why in a simple stretch, I will do what? str of x plus I will write \n. Why I wrote \n, students? To bring into the next line. Did you understand this right lines? Let us go for print. What is this now? Data written to the file. Data written to the file written. Try to run it. Already SCI it is created. Because first time I was run now, there was no data present in that. No data present in that because it was giving an error beginning. Now I was converted into which type? str type. Now you run it, students. Now you are getting data written to the file. Data written to the file. sci.data. Is it written or not? As it is that data written. Go to the next step. I am going to use it something like this. Which symbol it is? Tuple. Tuple is an iterable object again. Is an iterable object again. Getting? So iterable object again here. Iterable object. Say some value again you write it. 2 plus 3j you add it. 2 plus 3j. Try to run it. Same. Data written to the file. Which type of data written? Tuple type it is written. See next line tuple type. Why next line? \n related to. Next, I will go for what next? Set I will write it. Set I am going to write it. Comma what I will write True I will write it. Comma 100 I will write it. True. What is happening? 100 will be written how many times? One time only. One time only. Also return the data to the file and set also written here. What order it is coming, you cannot say. One time only 100 is coming. All the values are coming. Able to get it? Next. So coming to the point back, I will go to the next. Coming to next, here I will move to the further. Next, I will move to the further here. So here I am going to say data written, file write example3.py and getting this data written here. This is called which object? Iterable objects written. Let us take one more object. Let us take one more object here. One more object I am taking. Try to follow carefully. 10 colon Python. 10 colon Python. Next is called what? 20 colon what Java I will write it. 30 colon what I will write it C language I will write. And 40 colon I will write what? HTML I will write it. HTML I wrote it. What is this X is called? Dictionary. Also write it. Converted into str only. Write this data to the file. Data written to the file. Go to the place. sci.dictionary also written to the file. Are you able to follow? So how many types of varieties of data you can write? All int types, float types, bool types, all types of data can be written. What type of data you can write? All fundamental types, all sequence types, list type, set type, dict type, even none also you can write it. Comma, what I can write it, None also I am writing. Try to write once again, no issue. This is a none also I am trying to write it. No problem. Once again, you write it. What is happening? So, of course, here I will write it. Here I will write it. Something like value, or I am writing something like talent, colon none, talent colon none, talent colon none. Try to run it. Data written to the file. So see that what is happening here. Data written to the file. Is it none also written or not? This is comes under how to write the data to the file, you got it. Able to understand? Similarly, I want to go forward. This functions makes you to understand how to write the data to the file. How many functions are there? So what is the note point you understood here? Write and write lines. Write and what? Write lines makes us to understand, makes us to understand the data is written, the data is written to the file, written to the file in the form of what? Value by value. In the form of what? Value by value. In str format. In str format. Did you understand this part? This is the most important thing to understand here. This is related to how to write the data to the file. How many functions are there? One is write and one more is write lines of. Write lines of. This is for writing normal data. This write lines is for writing any type of iterable object data in the form of str. Clear? Let us save this. Now I'm going to enter into the further. So writing the data to the file. Now I'm entering into the next, reading the data from the file. Suppose I wrote some data, which is present in where? Student dot data. I want to read the data from the file. So I must open this file in which mode? Read mode. Who is pointing to that file? FP. Now I must read this data. Whenever I open the file successfully in read mode, now my FP is pointing to the first value of the opened file. I'll show you the proof also where it is pointing exactly. To read that entire data, we are having two functions are available, which are present into where? File pointer. So let me write to read the data, from the file, we have two types of predefined functions. They are, what is the first one? Number one is called read off. Spell out. Read off. Next what? Read lines off. Now I want to go for read and read lines off. I want to go for it. Read and read lines off. I want to go for it. Here I'm going to write read and read lines. I want to go for it. Number one, I want to go for. What is the function name? Read off. Second function, I will go for it. Read lines off. Read off, I am saying. Simple, easy also. Read function syntax I am writing. Variable name is equal to file pointer dot, no more confusion, dot what? Read off. Already I said operations on file. Read. The purpose of read function operation is that to transfer or read the record from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory. Choose the file name and open into which mode? Read mode. Later I will go on reading the data. Understand? Point to point I am explaining. So syntax is very, very easy. There I am going to write it. File pointer dot read. Do you know wherever file pointer is there, from that read function will read. So who is pointing to the file here? Who is pointing? FP. This is containing the data. To read the data from this file, first time I am applying which function? Read. With respect to which object? File pointer. So when I apply the read function will read the total data from the file. Read function will read the total data from the file and put it into the left side variable. So I'm writing this function is used for reading entire data of the file, in the form of what? str, and placed in which variable? LHS variable. Placed in where, students? LHS variable. And whose type is, and already you know, and whose type is When str type is storing, definitely left side variable name is what? Str only. When it is storing int data, this is called which type? Int type. And whose type is what? Str. Whose type is what? Str. That's all. Simple. Now I will move to the further. Another part I want to say. Read lines, I will go for it. Read lines. Easy. File pointer dot what? Read lines. Multiple examples we'll discuss. This function is used for reading entire data of the file in the form of what? List. In the form of not str, in the form of list, and placed in LHS variable whose type is what? List. That's all. Let me go for the example section. How many files, how many functions are there to read the data? Two. One is read off, one more is read lines off. Read off will read entire data from the file in the form of what it is available? str. Read lines will read. It is available in the form of what? List. Online students, confirm. And how it is going to read the data? As we discussed it, writing the data is in the form of what? Line by line, value by value it is reading. Even this part also, writing if you take it, write and write lines function makes us to understand data is written to the file value by value in the form of which type? Here also, values are reading in the form of what? Value by value. So note point I will write it. Here, read and read lines. Read and read lines. I will write it. Read and what? Read lines. Read and read lines. Reads the data. Reads the data from where? File. In the form of what? Or in terms of, if you want, in terms of what? Value by value. Value by value. From where? Of course, I written in this value by value. So that is either in the form of str I wrote it or in the form of which type? List type. Both the examples I will show you. Shall we move to the further? Now let us save this part and I will move to the further. Reading the data from the file. Go to this place. Writing related activity you have seen. Now I want to read the data. How to do that? Now I'm going to say file read example1.py. How simple it is. So here I'm going to say file read. Already some example is there. Okay. That you 1 minute students, if you just follow me, go to this place. Just 1 minute you give me and you don't worry about it, what I'm doing. I will take up something like, 6 p.m. files. Somewhere else. Six p.m. Yes. Here I will just I'll remove this. So I just want to go for something like, I just want to go to this place now. Go to this place. Now I will start taking, go to the place. Now I'll go for file read example1. So let us start program for demonstrating how to read the data, from where? Files. Tell me, what are the file operation steps? Read operation steps already said. Purpose is to transfer the data from file. Choose the file name and open into which mode? Read mode. Come on, what is this now? Choose the file name. I'm writing. Choose the file name and what? Open it into which mode? Read mode. Which is the better one? With open my file name, I will write it. What is my file name already? Student.data. That file I will write it. If it is present into some other folder, what I write? Path I will write it. Student dot data, student dot data, comma what? I am writing, comma I need to write what? Or I will write it, or, comma I will write it. I will write or. As what? FP. FP. This file may present, may not present. May present, may not present. That time I will write what? Try block I will write it. Try. That file may present, may not present. Except what here? File not found error. File not found error. There I am writing print of what? File does not exist. File does not exist. FP. There I will write it. Online students. Now I will go for how to read the data. I said already. FP dot what is the function name? Read off. This will write file data is my variable name. What is the type of that? Let me print. Type of what is that now? File data. Type of file data. Which type? str. Try to run, students. It is going to print what? str. You print the data, students. You print it. I'll just want to show you like this. Print it. Here I am writing. Here I am writing something like this. Here, students, you see str, of course. I want to print its data. Just only I am writing file data. Are you following? Yes. Close this now. Try to run it. See, students, total data, whatever is available, you got it. Is it not the data present in student.data? See, ma, this is the data we have. This is the data we have. As it is, we read the data here. I hope you are understanding. Understand? Suppose if I add any data, you can add directly to the file. You say some 600. You say some 600. Something like I'm writing Richie. Richie, I'm writing. Something I'm saying 44.44. You just try to run this now. Try to run this, student. You are getting Richie 44.44 you are getting. Are you able to follow? This is called what? How to read the data from the file. Which function? Read function. Online students, are you comfortable? Everybody, those who are interacting, I'm really appreciating. Those who are not interacting, so what is there to appreciate? For silence to appreciate, for not saying to appreciate. So not responding, simply sitting idle is almost equal to in partially we are in underground only. So try to respond, students. I'll go for next. This is comes under what? File read example one. File read example one.py. Let me go to the second, students. Second example, I will take it. I'll take file read example 2.py. Let us go to the next. Same to same. I'll copy everything. Observe it. Paste it. 2.py. I will just remove this. As usual, we are saying, say now what to do. FP dot, what is the function name? Read lines of. It is going to get what? Lines. Lines. Print of what? Type of what? Lines. Which type? Beautiful. List type. It is called which type? List type it is. Good. Try to run. List type or not? List type. You must know all these things, students. List type. How do you print the data now? You see, I will print it. Just observe it. And don't get tension by seeing the output. All the values are coming in the form of what? List variety. It is going to come. Lines. It is going to get like this. First value with a backslash n. Second value with a backslash n. Why backslash n also will come? Because I wrote a backslash n also to the file. Third value backslash n. Fourth value backslash n. Like that it will come. And see this now. Try to run ma. You see this carefully, observe it. 200 rows sum, it is called backslash n. Next is backslash n. Next is backslash n. Next is backslash n. Everything is backslash n. Because it is which type? str type. I wrote it like that. Everything is available in str. str of LST I said. str of tuple I said. str of dict I said. Getting or not? Next. I will get it. How to print them normally? Come on now. What will go for next? Coming to the point of it. Again, I'm going to say for coming to the point of it. I will go for what next? So, Lokesh, again you are exciting. Again you are exciting. If you come to my existing classes, again if you are exciting, come to the point of it. Files. I'm going to say, you see, again you are exciting. Image copy. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Here. Again you are exciting. Are you seeing this? I hope you are seeing that. Okay. Fine. Carefully try to follow. Right. Coming to the point back. Now I'm going to say, now I'm getting a doubt. Is Kana Behra joined on Lokesh Kumar? I don't know. So yesterday I said don't exit because I said already binary file concept. I said I'll copy that. Now I'm going to say one more thing. I want to print the data. How do I print the data? For line in lines. For line in lines. And print of what? Print of what now? Line I am going to write it. Line. So coming to the point. Print of what? Line. Print of line. These things are printed. See this now with some gap of things. With some gap, you will get it. With some gap, you will get it. Are you able to follow? This gap I don't want. Why this gap is? Why this gap is like this? Like this, we are going to get it. Are you following me? So, coming to the point, to avoid that gap, we will write end is equal to what? Just a space you write it. End is equal to space. Try to run it. Now you are going to get the data. And this line is supposed to come to the next line. Supposed to get it to the new line. So I'm going to say, here I will write it. To bring into the new line, I will just write one simply what? Print off. I'm writing just the data here. Are you able to follow? Now, this is my data. To bring to the new line, I just said like this. Are you getting into the new line or not? This line will make me to bring the cursor to the new line. Able to understand? Getting or not? This is called which file I am using? Text file I am reading. I will write happily what? T. T means what? Text file. Because I already shown you here. Student.data, I already addressed it is a text file. Binary file concept is there in my class. I already explained now. Already there is a binary file subheading. I said I will explain. So don't excite by yourself. Everything I will teach you perfectly. I will ask you at the end of that, are you perfect or not? Then I will go to the next chapter. That is my style. So if you excite, I can't do anything else. I will reply also for such excitement from now onwards. So this is the data we got it. Now coming to the further. Did you understand this now? Go to another type of thing. If you go to the next part, go to the next part. Here I am going to say 3.py. You may have excitement also. Why? Whether I will get this chapter or not. But faculty is also important, no? Faculty credibility is also important. Faculty history is important. So I'm not like everybody. I'm just different. I said already. I'll explain everything. 3.py. I will write it here. SCI.data. SCI.data. So I'm writing here. SCI.data. Data. RT I wrote it. RT. Just to try to run it. I'm going to get the data as it is. Suppose if I write SCI1.data, do you have SCI1.data here? No, that time you will get what? File does not exist. Can I write small s? Small s, I wrote it. SCI1.data. Come on. Here SCI, S capital, but I wrote small. Tell me, file does not exist or answer will come? File does not exist. Wrong answer. See the answer now. So when you go for file naming, the OS will not consider about your sensitivity of the file. It can use small letters. It can use small letters. It can use upper letters also. No problem. SCI.data. SCI.data. Got it. SCI.data. See students. Now I am writing like this. Try to run this. See that. Got it. Point to point, like a small kids, I will explain. If you don't remember, I am helpless. But I will explain from zero to hero, I will make it. Okay. I will just prepare you by wearing Python dress to you and I will release. Once if I release, how you look like, I don't know. Whether you look like a Rosam or you look like a normal student, I don't know. If you read the notes daily and if you come, you will become what? At least you will become compulsory. Developer you will become. Now, come to the point of it. Are you able to follow? Now, next I'm going to say reading is done. Now I want to go for some examples on this area. Open the notes. Now everybody open the notes now. After a long time you are opening the notes. Is the notes is there? Okay. Write down. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will read the data, which will read the data, which will read the data, which will read the data from the keyboard, from the keyboard, which will read the data from the keyboard and write it to the file, and write it to the file. And write it to the file. Okay, right. Praveen is saying something. From UKG to BTech or degree or MCA, we are nothing from DEC. From nothing. From DEC. And from December, I understand. Oh, December. From December, we are something special because we are KVR students now. Are you special? Whether you read the notes or not, I don't know. If you read the notes, you will become special. There is no doubt in that. Yes. Okay, Praveen. Thank you. Thank you, my dear student, by recognizing that. Now I want to move to the further. So I'll go to the further. What is our concept? Read the data from the keyboard and write it to the file. That is our questioning. Now let us start here. Let us start. Go for it. Carefully try to follow. What is this now? Dynamic write. Dynamic write dot. Dynamic write example dot py. Dynamic example write dot py. So program for, I'm writing just program for reading the data from keyboard and where and write it to the file. Write it to the file. Tell me now, how do you write it? Start. How to read the data from the file? How to write the data from the keyboard and want to write the data to the file? So, the point back. Tell me, how do you write continuously? Suppose, for example, I want to write the information about HYD. Yes, and here I want to go on writing some, getting the data, reading, entering from the keyboard. That as it is, I need to write to the file. And at the end, to stop it, I will press one symbol. I'll press one symbol. That symbol is called what? I'll press the symbol called @ I will press. Because I need one stop where if I type it, I just want to go for it. Shall I start now? How do you do? Come on now. While this logic I already made you to understand in the loops. Tell me students, while true, while true. Now I am going to say while true. So coming to the point back, here I am going to say while true, saying like this. I will write one message. On the top of it, I'll write the message. Print, enter your data, and press @ to stop. @ to stop. Now I will check it out. If tell me what should I do? So if come on, what should I do? I need to read the data or not? What should I do? Data which is coming from the keyboard. How do you read it? Input off. Input off. The data which is coming from the data which is coming from the data which you are entering from the keyboard, you are saying what? Input off. Input off. Now that data not equal to what symbol? @ symbol, not equal to @ symbol, then you write to the file. Correct or not? You write in the double quotes or in single quotes, no issue. Write this and say what? That data you write to the file. If I want to write the data to the file, I must open the file or not? Which mode I need to open? Append mode I need to open. Why? I'll continuously going on writing. So where I will write it, that I will write either before the 4th line, that is in the 3rd line, or you can write that line in the 5th line. Don't write inside the while loop. Why? Inside the while loop, you don't write it because again and again, I don't want to open the same file. So students, I will write it with the open, what is this now? Some file I will take it. HYD dot what? Info. Some name, some file name. Dot comma what I will write it? AT I wrote it. AT. Is it necessary to write AT? Is it necessary to write a T? No need, because by default, which file it is? Text file only. After that, I'll come to binary file. No issue about it. I'll come to that. Now input of, if it is not equal to data, what should I do? Write that data to the file. Who is pointing to the file? FP. How to write the data to the file? FP dot write of what? Data. Data. Where it is going again? It is going to the loop. Again, next time reading. Not equal to. Write the data. Going on, entering. Finally, I will enter what? Last @ symbol I entered. @ symbol not equal to @ symbol. @ symbol not equal to @ symbol. False. That is else. I will do what? Break. When I say that else now, I'll say what? Data return to the file. Data return to the file. I'll say one \n. Moreover, I will say here, I will write it plus what? \n. Where I want to write the data in the same way in which order you have written it. Break it. Once you break it, where it is coming? It will come out of the loop. That's all. Are you able to follow? We'll run this now. What is my file name? hyd.info. There was no hyd.info here. There was no hyd.info here. Try to run this. See students, start. Are you following? Come on. HYD is the capital of what? TS. In HYD, we have, I go for it. HYD is a capital of things. HYD have lots of resources for learning IT courses. In HYD, lots of people learns Python, and I will write next line @ I wrote it. At the rate I wrote it. What that at the rate indicates? Stop. Data written to the file. Data written to the file. Check it out. hyd.info created or not. You click on that. Whatever you have written it, that file I opened it, it is containing that. Are you able to follow? Next, save. Another thing, I want to move to the further. Actually, in today, why I did not say save the data to the NumPy related files are there. If I explain today, next time in Pandas level, if I explain, you will easily grasp that. In NumPy also, there is a files concept is there. Today, I was about to tell you how to save the NumPy data to the file. I was about to tell, but I said that I will explain through Pandas. Let us move to the further. Again, you try to run it. So now I will go for what? But some students will not, some students won't read the notes, and won't practice, and planned for underground activity without subject at the rate symbol. So done. Go to the file again, student.displays. Again, I wrote it. Are you getting this? Able to follow or not? This is comes under like this. Last and final, I want to write it. Rosam, I will write it, is the father of Python. I'm just writing like this. I said at the rate symbol, data return to the file. Go to this now, return to the file. Are you able to follow? You may ask a question, sir, I want to write the data at certain place. I want to read the data at certain place. I'm having the concept called random access file is there. Random access file. From wherever I like it, I can access it. Are you following? Today, what I'm doing, when I'm adding the data, it is adding at the ending only. I'm writing the data at the ending, appending only. But I want to add the data wherever I like it. How to do that? I'll tell you that situation for you. Right now, don't worry. Are you able to follow? This is about how to write the data dynamically to the file. Online students, is it clear? Is it clear about this? All of you respond. Now, open the notes. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will accept any file name, which will accept any file name and display its content. Very, very important. Display its content. Display its content means what? File contains some information. I want to display. It is as good as similar to what? Read example number 1. So now I'm going to write it. One more thing. I'm going to write it. Look at dynamic read. Example.py. Dynamic read example.py. So I'm going to write it. Program for accepting the file name from where? Keyboard, and display its content. Now say here, start with what? Reading the data. I need to open the file or not? So how do you open the file? With open file name comma what? Read. I need to use. But before that, I will accept what? File name. File name is equal to, come on, input of, enter what? Enter any file name. I accepted any file name, Java file, C file, C++ file, .NET file, any file you accepted with the path. If it is present in some location, with the path you need to accept. That file name I will open into which mode? read mode. How do you open? With the open of what I'm saying, file name comma, what? RT. I wrote RT. Today I don't write anything, students. If I don't write any mode, it is called what? R only. Default mode is what? R. Default type of the file is what? Text file. Neither I will write R nor I will write T. It is called which file? Read mode text file. And moreover, I will write it students. I will write try block. Why? That file may present, may not present. How I will write it now? Except I will write it. What is this now? File not found error. So I will write it. Say here, file does not exist. File does not exist. Okay. If the file is there, it will come to the line number 6. Line number 6, it will come. What to do now? Tell now. Come on. Read the data. How do you read? File data is equal to fp dot which function? That's all. Print of what? You say some line. You say some line. Now I'm saying some line. Done. I'm saying what now? Print of what? File data. Any file name you enter, that will be simply displayed. Very good. Come on. What is my file name? Enter your data. What is that? HYD dot what? Info. HYD dot info is my current folder only now? Is it containing or not? That data I'm entering dynamically. It is printed. Printed or not? You say next one. SCI dot data. Scientific data. You say next what? Student dot data. Student dot data. File does not exist. What is this file name now? Students dot data. Students, yes, is missing. So there you try to enter students dot data, yes dot data. So you are getting the complete information. Are you following? Similarly, go to the first time, enter. Now you say one Python file you enter. What is my Python file? Take this file name. Read dynamic example.py. Same program, same file name content. I am just displaying. Is it not displaying the total data? Python file displayed or not? Similarly, you go for this program. This program you enter, run it again. You run this. See students, done. Is it printed or not? This is printed. Are you following? Next, you go to my place here, my dear students. Here, 6 p.m. files under notes. This my index is there or not? Index of file. This one is there, na? This file name you pass it, but file name you should not give any mistakes. What is that? You see index of files or streams in python.txt. Keep in mind, index of files or streams in python.txt. There I will take it. As it is, I will carry on, students. First, I will get its path. Path I will get it. As usual, coming to this place, here I am writing. Again you run it. Again you run it. I say this slash, I said slash, you say go to that file name. Index of I will carry. Just I added index of. As it is, I will write it. Index of like this. Dot what? TXT. See that? Is it completely index is coming or not? Complete index is coming. Are you following, students? Complete index is coming. You take your entire thing. What is just now I said, some notes part I was written it. What is this now? Reading the data from the file. It was saved on text file. You try to run it. Try to run it. Enter the file name. Dot what? TXT. TXT. Reading the data from the file. It was saved in. Yes. So path I need to take it. Path, correct. Path I need to take it. I will write it. Try to run it once again, students. You say, and what is that file name? You see this now. Come on to the place. You say dot what txt. I'm getting as it is the data. Are you getting? You can just say one Java file also. Go to this place. If any of my Java file, E colon, somewhere else there is a 4 p.m. Somewhere else there was some data backup. There are some 4 p.m. Java, some Java file I'm having. So open it. This is my Java file. So coming to this place, this Java file also I want to bring it. Java code. This is my complete Java code. Or otherwise I'll show you my data structure explanation once. So there is something like something somewhere else here. Go once back here, E colon, KVR backup. Under that KVR backup. Under that here something like this. I will take in this place. I think no. KVR DS, data science related, that is. Somewhere else student it is there. Okay, let it be. So go to Java. I will take it somewhere else. ABSTPROG, any one program you need. Go to this place. ABSTPROG 5. First you take this path, you take it. Path you take it. Go to this place. Here I will go. Try to run this. Try to say some file name. You take it. That file name you get it. Here you say. ABST.Java program also came. .Java program also. Are you able to follow? Like this, any file name you can get it. Any file name you can get it. So in this case, I hope you are understanding the meaning of what. Somewhere else there is some data structure folder is there, student. Naresh linked list dot. Naresh linked list star.java. One file was there. Naresh linked list. Linked list program, I wrote almost 120 lines plus. So working on it, just I want to show you. No items. So this PC, I'll just check it. Naresh linked list. Working on it. Okay, let it be. When it comes, I will show you that. Are you able to follow, students? Any documentation is concerned with contains what? Special symbols like this and everything, you will get it. Are you able to follow? This is called what? Dynamic reading. Able to write it? One more. Open the notes. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will copy the content of one file into another file. Which will copy the content of one file into another file. Which will copy the content of one file into another file. What is this mechanism called? How do you generally copy the content of one file into another file? Generally, suppose I want to copy this content. How do you copy? Control A, Control C, Control N, Control V, Control S to give the file name. So because of controls of what is happening, some piece of code was written or not. That piece of code through Python program, I want to do it. Through some Python program, I want to do it. So now I will go to the program. Shall we start? What is our concept here? Copy the content of one file into another file. How many files are required? two. One is, see, మీకు అర్థం అవ్వలేదు. You did not get. You are going to the exam. You are going to the exam. I am also coming to the exam. I am writing my exam very perfectly. And you are asking me, sir, show me the answers. I said, I don't show the notes. I don't show my questions. Or otherwise, you are there, you read well. I did not read well. I asked, student, show me. You said, okay, sir, I will show. Then when you said you show, your answer sheet is called a source file or not for me? It is a source file where data is there. My answer sheet is called what? Destination file. Correct or not? Source file means contains your information. Destination means I am going to write the data. So tell me, what should I do? Read the data from which file and write the data to which file. So how many files I have to take it? Two files. One is source file opened in which mode? If it is source file is there, take what file? Open in which mode? What is the answer now? Both of them open. I will do what? Reading, writing until total data is written. Correct or not? Come on, tell me the logic now. I'll go to what next? File copy. File copy dot what? Py. File copy dot py. Important. File copy dot py. Program for copying the content of one file to another file. This is called what file? Text file. Next is called what? Image also I will copy. Reading and writing. What image means? What will come? Binary file. How to write it? That also will come. Simple. Come on. What is the first thing? Come on. Choose the source file. Come on. SRC file is equal to input of enter source file name. Enter source file name. Yes, I got SRC file. Next is called open that SRC file in which mode? Read mode. Read mode means I will write what? A file not found error also. That's why I am writing what? Except what is this now? File not found error. Now I am writing print of what? File does not exist. File does not exist. Now I am writing. Tell me now. Come on. So with the open, what is this now? SRC file comma RT. Earlier I did not write any mode. Which mode is taken? Read mode. Did I write anything? No. Here also. If you are interested, you can write RT. Well, once a source file is there, it will come to which line? Sixth line. If source file itself is not there, it simply come to where? I can write which file does not exist? Source file does not exist and no copy process and no copying process. Are you following me? Done. Go to the next. I just said open. Next is called what? DST file, destination file is equal to, what is the next? Input of, enter what next? Enter destination file. Enter destination file. That destination file I must open in which mode? Right mode. See, with open, inside of with open, another with open I am saying. With open. Come on. With open. Which file? DST file, comma, what? AT. As what? Here I will write, as I forget, as what? RP, read pointer. This is called what? WP, write pointer. You are seeing with your eyes and you are writing with your pen. Reading with your eyes and writing with your pen. Correct or not? Come on now, what to do? Destination file is open. Source file is already opened. Read the data from where? Source file. How do you read the data from source file? FP data, RP data. RP dot what? Read. What is this now? SRC file data. Complete SRC file data is coming. Read the data from which file? SRC file. Next is what? Write that SRC file data to whom? Destination file. Who is pointing to destination file? WP dot, what is this now? Write of what? SRC file data. What is this now called here? Write, what file? SRC file data. SRC file data to the destination file. To the destination file. Are you able to follow? That's all. So come on to the point. I am just writing here. What is this now? File copied. File copied. Verify. Verify. Are you able to follow? Come on now. I opened it. I opened this into AT. Why? I may take the same file name for copying so many source files. Shall I run my code? Online students, did you understand this process? Let's run. See that? Enter the source file name. hyd.info. hyd.info. Destination file. kvr.data. kvr.data. File copied. hyd.info is called which file? Source file. kvr.data is called my destination file. Right now, just now created. kvr.data created or not? hyd.info contains what? Already you know, this is the hyd.data file. Right or not? That data is simply copied in where? kvr.data. Double click. Copied or not? Don't think that it is opened already. It is the one which I opened it. You say one more time, you run it. One more time. What is the next? Say what? Students dot data. Data. To where? kvr.data once again. Data copied. Say open it. kvr.data. Is it copied the data or not? Next, try run once again. Once again. What is that now? Come on. I will copy which program? File copy.py. This Python program itself I am copying. To where? kvr.data. Copied. Check it out. This kvr.data contains my Python code also. One Java code also I will bring it. Still it is coming. So next year morning it will come. So go to the place, kvr backup. Under that what next, So here I will go for this. Something like, 4 p.m. I will open this code, this place, and this I will take it, this entire place, this entire thing I will take. I'll go to this place. Now try to run it. Say here. First you close this part. You say this now. ABST PROZ 6.5.py 5.java Java to where? kvr.data. Copied. Check it out. kvr.data. It is containing what? Completely my, after this is Python file. I am writing something like this. I wrote so much of code. Are you following? You can write simply one small data also. So I will just take up. You come to this place under this 6 p.m. Under that files, you say index. Under that file opening modes concept I want to take up. File opening modes dot txt. Try to run it. See this now. File. What is my topic name? Opening modes. OP. Opening modes. Dot what? Opening modes. Dot what? txt. txt. kvr dot what? Data. Complete data copied. Complete data copied. See. File opening modes. Perfect. Everything. Are you following this? This is comes under what? kvr.data. From where? Normal to where? Java code. Everything just copied. Are you following? So this is called what? How to copy the data. Similarly, we can copy image also. Image also, everything. Total textbook you can copy into somewhere. You can copy your movie also. You can copy any sort of thing. When you go to image, I'll go for what? B, I will use it. B. Right? That I will take in the next session. I will take it. How to copy binary. Stand up. Destination file సేమ్ అవుతుందా? అట్లా ఉంటుంది అండి అన్న. సోర్స్ ఫైల్ డెస్టినేషన్ ఫైల్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, ఏమవుతుంది? ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఉంది కదమ్మా, యూ సీ వాట్ ఈస్ మై ఫైల్ ఆల్రెడీ. సోర్స్ ఫైల్ ఈస్ వాట్ హియర్, something like file read 2 dot example 2 dot py. You see now what is happening. Again I will give the same thing, file read example 2 dot py. What will come? చాలాసార్లు చూసావు కదా క్లాస్లో, ఎర్రర్. In this case, if we give the same source file and destination file, what will happen? Same data return to itself now. Is there any meaning in that? You tell me. Your paper you are writing by yourself. Copy అవుతుందనా? Written na, same file will be written to itself. Copy means what? From one source file to another file you need to write. Same source file, destination file, same. What will happen? So I will show you that once. So why your doubt should be denied? I will show you that. I will write it hyd dot what info. Oh, sorry. Here only I will run this. Run it. What is this now? hyd dot info. What is the next? hyd dot info. What is happening? File return. What will happen now? Here I wrote it. What is happening? Because I used what? A mode I used it. A mode I used it. If I say what? Which mode? W mode if I use it, what will happen? I will use here WT I used it. Only for that purpose. You see? Run. hyd dot what? Info. You write what again? hyd dot info. It is written. What is that? Earlier it contained two hyd informations. Now see that what is happening? What is happening? Completely written with what data? Newly created. What is happening? Totally overlapped. Overlapped with what? Nothing is available here. It's an error actually. Are you following? So is that requirement will come? Will it come? No, no. So coming to the point back. So here I will go for AT here and you need to write like this. I hope you are following me. Okay now? In next class when I come back, I will go for what? Image copying, I will go for it. Image copying and some more examples will be done on this same case, same thing. After first binary file copying, first example, image copying I will tell you. Then I will go to some more additional examples. First 1 hour, I'll continue this type of example. Then I will introduce the concept of what? Random access file. After that, I will go forward. Pickling concept I will introduce on Monday class. Don't miss it. Very, very important session on Monday. Okay. 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Very important. Pandas concept will be starting. Okay, students. Thank you. All the best. Students in online, am I audible? Students, now anybody is having the doubts can raise your hands. Divya.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Tell me, Divya.
Sir, in the yesterday's class, you told two functions, open off and with open.
Some disturbance is coming, ma. Keep the mic away and speak now.
Okay, sir. Is it open now, sir?
It's okay, ma.
Sir. In the file opening example, sir.
File opening example, one or two, ma?
Two, I think, sir.
Two,
And yes, sir.
Okay, ma, two.
No, sir, it's not that. నిన్న ఓపెన్ ఫంక్షన్ చెప్పినప్పుడు ఎక్సెప్షన్ వస్తుంది కదా సార్, ఒకవేళ ఫైల్ కనుక లేకపోతే ఫైల్ నాట్ ఫౌండ్. ఎస్ సార్, ఫైల్ రీడ్ మోడ్ లో ఓపెన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఫైల్ ఒకవేళ లేకపోతే ఫైల్ నాట్ ఫౌండ్ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది కదా సార్.
అవునమ్మా.
ఎస్, అప్పుడు ఫైల్ ఓపెన్ ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేస్తే మీరు మాన్యువల్ గా క్లోజ్ చేయాలి అని చెప్పారు కదా సార్. అది ఒకవేళ ఎక్సెప్షన్ వస్తే ఫైనల్లీ బ్లాక్ లో
నేను ఆల్రెడీ అడ్రస్ చేశాను కదమ్మా. నేను ఆ కోడ్ ఆల్రెడీ చూపించాను క్లాస్ లో, చెప్పలేదా?
అది నేను మిస్ అయ్యాను సార్, అర్థం కాలేదు.
అది మనము అది ఓపెన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే, దిస్ ఇస్ ఐ హోప్ ఇన్ దిస్ ప్లేస్ ఐ విల్ షో యూ. నేను నిన్న క్లాస్లోనే చూపించాను అది. ఫైల్ ఓపెన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 1.p1. హియర్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద వన్ ఐ సెడ్. Here, if it is not there, what is happening? Here only exception will come.
Yes, sir.
So it will come to where? Exception. This will exit. And yesterday was used exit. Why? To avoid the problem of this one. అప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది? కంపల్సరీ ఫైనల్ బ్లాక్ విల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్. దిస్ విల్ గెట్ ఫైల్ నాట్ నేమ్ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది.
Yes, sir. Name error.
Name error. ఎందుకు? Why name error? Because FP was not there.
Yes, sir.
That's why.
ఒకవేళ మనం ఆ ఎర్రర్ కూడా రిజాల్వ్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటే ఎక్సెప్ట్ లో ఒక ఇఫ్ గ్లోబల్ వేరియబుల్ తీసుకుని ఆ గ్లోబల్ వేరియబుల్ ట్రూ అయితేనే ఇది క్లోజ్ చేసే ఆప్షన్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు సార్.
చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా, మరి లాజిక్ బేస్డ్ కదా, అది లాజిక్ బేస్డ్ అవుతుంది కదా. ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ ఒక వేరియబుల్ తీసుకొని సమ్ x = 1 అని రాసుకొని ఇక్కడికి ఫైనల్ బ్లాక్ వస్తుంది కదా. ఫైనల్ బ్లాక్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ మనం రాసుకోవచ్చు. అది లాజిక్ మీకు అర్థమైపోతుంది. x = 1 అయినప్పుడు అంటే ఎక్సెప్షన్ వచ్చింది, అప్పుడు ఐ విల్ రైట్ ఎగ్జిట్. అంతే. రైట్, టేక్ కేర్. ఓకే. Anybody else, students, having the doubts? Okay, students.